Hi friends, good morning. What happened? It got so chilly again outside. It was so warm, now it's cold, up and down, up and down. That's what spring's like, but some amazing things are happening outside. Have you noticed? I want to show you two awesome things that are happening in my garden. First is this Lenten rose. This is a big plant that isn't really a rose, but it gets these beautiful green and purplish blooms right around Easter time. That's why it's called a Lent rose or a Lenten rose. Then check this out. This is called a bleeding heart. Can you tell why? These are blooming right outside my back door, and they're one of my favorite flowers. They're unreal. How creative is our God? Unbelievable. Well, today I'm going to start off by reading you part of a book called The Big Storm. It's by Bruce Hiscock, and I want you to see how quickly you can tell what kind of storms we're talking about today. I'm just reading you part of the book because it's really long, but this is a really cool book, you guys. If you can get your hands on it or find a way to listen to it online, it would be worth it. Here's the first picture. He has binoculars. The afternoon was warm and humid when a line of towering clouds appeared across the Texas plains. Lightning flashed in the distance. Soon the rumble of thunder was heard. Airports closed. Dogs whined and hid under beds. The clouds came on, churning and billowing. An eerie darkness fell. The air seemed almost green. Then slashing winds hit. Rain and hail poured down. The cold front raced through. All along the front, police and other watchers were looking for tornadoes. Tornadoes are violent whirlwinds, funnel-shaped clouds that may spiral down from thunderstorms. They are extremely dangerous. The spotters watched anxiously, for they knew that weather radar can pinpoint thunderstorms, but usually cannot see tornadoes. Eyes are better for that. Suddenly, a tornado was spotted heading for Paris, Texas. Sirens blew. A tornado warning was broadcast. Families rushed for shelter. The tornado hit with the roar of a freight train. Many buildings were torn apart. Trees shattered. Cars were tossed around. The funnel clouds stayed down, touching the ground for 20 minutes, ripping a path through the city 2 blocks wide and 5 miles long. Most of the people in the path survived. More than 80 tornadoes touched down that day in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and states as far east as Ohio. Even with the warning broadcasts, over 30 people died. The United States has more tornadoes than any place else in the world. But this was the worst one since 1974. There's a lot more neat information in this book, but that's the part that I was going to read to you today. Tornadoes are devastating, serious storms. How they form is an amazing part of weather. So how does a tornado form? First, we have to know some key words. I have them right here. This is the first word, rotate. Awesome magic E word, right? Rotate. Nice. Rotate means to move in a circle around a center point, but really just have in your mind to move in a circle, okay? What other storm rotates? Hurricanes, right? We also need to know what an air mass is. An air mass is just what it sounds like, a big mass, big bunch of air way up high in the sky. And when air masses run into each other, that's when big weather happens, especially when warm ones hit cold ones. The next word we need to know is horizontal. Horizontal means moving this way. Okay? The opposite of horizontal is vertical. Vertical means going this way, up and down. So horizontal, side to side, vertical, up and down. Ooh, it's hard to do that at the same time. The last word that we need to know to understand this is column. A column is an upright, which means kind of standing up, tube-shaped thing, okay? So keep those in mind. How does a tornado form? Well, guys, they don't just happen out of nowhere. Tornadoes happen when there are also thunderstorms. When warm, really warm, moist, wet air from the south, from like the Gulf of Mexico, and the warm waters come up and they meet the really cold air from Canada, those are two really different air masses running into each other. If there's thunderstorms already happening, when that happens, the air around the thunderstorms gets ruffled up and it becomes even more unstable. Unstable means you can't predict what it's going to do, and unstable means dangerous. So this is when things get interesting. When this is already happening, this is what's happening so far. We've got a thunderstorm brewing up here, and these big air masses colliding, and the wind below the thunderstorm starts to get all ruffled up, okay? Then add a change in wind direction, or maybe wind speed, and suddenly an invisible, spinning, horizontal tube of air starts spinning, okay? If we could see it, it would look like a tube spinning on its side, rotating on its side, okay? So here we have this first. Now we have this. Now, rising air starts pushing up on this tube, pushing on it. Rising air starts to tilt this spinning tube till it becomes more up and down, till it becomes more vertical. Now, part of the whole storm's rotating, and it starts pushing down towards the ground, reaching, almost like the ground is a magnet. Do you see how that's happening in this picture? This is the column part that we're talking about. It starts reaching down to the ground, and when it touches the ground and starts moving along the ground, that's when things are really destroyed, because nothing can get out of the way if it's rooted to the ground, right? So if a tornado goes over something that's stuck there, it's going to hurt it. That's how tornadoes form. But I wanted to show you a couple more things. This shows you that in the huge storm that's going on, look, the tornado's a pretty small part, and yet it still can be very damaging. So it shows you a tornado is just part of a much larger storm. Here's the rain part. Look at the cloud buildup, okay? This can't happen without all of this. That's why they don't just like come out of nowhere, right? Something that we'll talk about a little bit more tomorrow, you can see on this map, which is where in our country has the most tornadoes, and there's a reason for that. The red spots are where tornadoes are the most likely to happen. Why are there none over here? Maybe you can find out. See tomorrow if we have found the same information. Anyway, yeah, that's an interesting fact. But here's another one. Why does the United States have more tornadoes than anywhere else in the world? Did you guys catch that fact in the big storm book? Well, tomorrow we'll talk about that, and I'm also going to show you how to build your own tornado. So, if you can today, try to get your hands, I know it's not easy to get your hands on anything right now, but try to get your hands on 2 bottles, like soda bottles. Dump them out, clean them out, and have them ready for tomorrow. I also have a whole batch of colorful bottle collectors. They're in a big Ziploc bag, taped to the parking lot door at Rivendell, and it says first grade bottle connectors. So if you want to take a little drive over to school, grab yourself a bottle connector and try to get some bottles, and we'll make tornadoes tomorrow. If you can't make them with us, that's totally okay. Also, you can use duct tape as a bottle connector if you can't get one of the ones from school. It doesn't always hold quite as well, but it does the trick, especially for a while. And if you want to just watch and maybe do this later this summer or something like that, that's cool too. So lots of tornado fun, and I can't wait to talk about that more with you tomorrow. Now we're going to jump into math, and friends, we're going in a different direction today. All along so far in my videos and doing it at home, we've been going up. We've been adding numbers, right? Going up, 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 up. Well, today, we're changing direction. Today, we're going to start going down. What does it mean when you go down? That's called subtracting. You guys know that, taking away or subtracting, right? And it's not hard, but we're going to back up and start very simply with subtracting 2-digit numbers, just the same way we started simply when we were adding 2-digit numbers, okay? So let's get started. I have a problem here that we're going to do together. 27 minus 4. There are 2 ways I can solve this. The first way is just by counting down. Could you help me do that? I mean, pretty easy, right? Let's start at 27 and count down 4. 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. We took 4 away. The answer must be 23. Even though we already know that, let's think about the second way to solve that, and that is with our tens and ones. It's a good thing you all are tens and ones professionals by now. You guys are amazing at this. Okay, move my flowers a little. Okay, so what is 27 in tens and ones? 2 tens and 7 ones, okay? 2 tens, 7 ones. Now, if I'm taking away, I'm not going to bring any more blocks over, right? I'm going to take some away. Am I going to take away red blocks or yellow blocks? Yellow blocks. I'm going to take away ones because 27 minus 4 is really 2 tens, 7 ones, minus 4 ones. Can I take away 4 right now? Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoop. 27 minus 4 is 2 tens and 3 ones. That's 23. So easy, right? You don't realize it, but you also just did a number bond. As I just showed you guys, right? Don't try that at home. 27 minus 4 is really 20 and 7, great bond, minus 4. So just like when we split up into a bond for addition, and then you would put together the ones, now we're going to split up into a bond, and you're going to subtract from the bigger ones, right? 20 and 7 minus 4. So you're going to do the 7 minus 4, and you're going to get 23. Easy. There's a third way I want to show you that, show this problem to you, and it's kind of thinking with words. This was the most challenging thing for many of you a few days ago when we were doing this with addition. This was the most challenging thing because it's easy to see it, and it's really easy when it just looks kind of like this, right? Everybody kept saying, oh God, get out of there, computer. Everybody kept saying, I just want to do it with numbers. It's just so much easier with numbers. I know, but I need you to do the hard work of thinking through the words too. It will help you down the road, I promise. You don't want to only see numbers in your mind. You want to really understand what they are. So work through that harder part and it will pay off in the end. So I did one for us here. 27 minus 4 is really, or is the same as, every time we see that equal sign, it means is the same as. 27 minus 4 is the same as 2 tens, 7 ones, minus 4 ones. Are you with me? Is the same as 2 tens, 3 ones. Because 7 minus 4 is 3, right? Is the same as 23. Okay? So I know that's a little more challenging, especially what if it had said 27 minus 14? It would have been 2 tens, 7 ones, minus 1 10, 4 ones. Is the same as, and then we'd have to work through it that way. But you guys can do this. I know you can do it. Just come back and look at this if you're struggling with it at all, okay? All right, let's try one more together, and then I'll let you go. So right now, let's try 39. Do I even have 39? I'll do it with these. In my Elsa bag. Let's do 39 minus 8. 3 tens. 9 ones, guys. 9 ones. Come on, ones. 7, 8, 9. 39 minus 8. Okay? Take them away. What have I got? 3 tens and 1 1. 39 minus 8. Tell me what to put in the circles. $39 minus 8 is really 30 and 9 minus 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. We get 31 again. And last time, you think about it with words. 39 minus 8 is really 3 tens, 9 ones, minus 8 ones, which really equals 3 tens and 1 1, which is the same as 31. You guys are going to rock this, okay? Have a great day. I can't wait to show you my completed final weather log tomorrow, okay? And I think that's all. Miss you guys. Bye.